Welcome into yoga, everyone. My name is Kristy with the TC Fit team. I'm here to bring you some yoga for your hamstrings and for your hips. All we're going to need is a mat today. If you like to use blocks or use straps at all, you can grab those and use those at any time if that better assists you, where you can stretch a little bit better there. I'm just using my mat and my body today. You do what works best for you. We're going to start in child's pose. First few minutes here, just kind of transitioning from what we were doing before to now. So go ahead, get settled in. If child's pose isn't your favorite pose to start in, you can start however you like. Maybe you start seated, maybe you start standing, anything that feels good for you. Taking the first couple minutes, again, to just transition. If you are in child's pose with me, you can experiment with your knees here. They can be close, they can be wide, anything that feels good. Hands can be extended up overhead, or they can be down by your feet, palms up. Good time to close your eyes, quiet your mind. Again, transitioning from wherever you just were into now, in this present moment. Allowing yourself to focus on you and you alone in your body. In yoga, some people like to set intentions or use a mantra, a word, or a phrase. If that suits your style, or if you're new to yoga and you want to try it, go ahead, pick a word, use a phrase. Maybe something that's going to remind you to draw back to this present moment. Maybe it's an encouraging word. Maybe it's just something that you need to hear or you need to tell yourself. We're going to begin to focus on our breathing. We're going to use this style of breathing throughout our class today. In through your nose, letting your belly expand. And exhaling out through the mouth. Open mouth, exhale, all out. Let's take 3 more breaths like this. Into your belly, let your belly press up against your thighs if you're in the child's pose. And exhaling out through your mouth. 2 more like that. Once you're done with your breaths, if you're not in child's pose, go ahead and meet us here. We're going to be here for just a couple moments longer. Bring your arms up overhead if they weren't there already. We're going to walk our hands to the right side. They're going to come off your mat. That's perfect. We're stretching through the left side of your torso. If you want a deeper stretch, place your left hand on top of your right. And again, allow your forehead to rest on the mat. Releasing your upper body, submitting it to gravity. Stretching. Go ahead, look up towards your hands, walk them through the center, over to the left side. Again, your hands will come off the mat. That's perfect. Right hand on top of the left for a deeper stretch. Side body stretch throughout the right side. Remembering to breathe, using your breath to breathe into those tension areas or any areas of concern for you. On your next inhale, look up towards your hands, walk them back to the center, and go ahead, prop yourself up into tabletop position. Adjust your knees as you need to. You're going to place the tops of the feet on the mat, spreading your fingertips wide. Shoulders release down away from the ears. We're in our tabletop position. Spine is long and tall. From here, let's take a few cat-cows, again, using our breath to guide our motion. So when you're ready, inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chest. On the exhale, rounding out the back, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhaling to drop. And exhaling to round. A few more breaths like this. Letting your breath guide your pace. You might be going faster or slower than I am. That's perfect. Now give me one more inhale, one more exhale. Ending on the exhale. And meet me in your neutral spine. When you're in this neutral spine, we're going to extend our right foot back. You're going to lift it up and over the left. So it's on the back left corner of your mat. Your toes are resting. From here, inhale to lengthen, lift in through the spine. And then on your exhale, go ahead and look towards your right toes. So big C shape with your spine to look back. Another side body stretch here. You might feel this one all the way through your hip. Next inhale, bring it back to neutral. Replace the right knee to the floor and extend the left side. So we're doing the same thing on the other side. Left lifts up and over on the back right corner of the mat. Inhale to lengthen and lift. On the exhale, turn, make a C shape with your spine. Every inhale, you should feel your stretch deepen just a bit. Exhale, try to go into your C shape just a little bit more. Your next inhale, replace your left knee to the floor. Roll out your wrists if you need to. We were just on your wrists for a hot minute here. When you're ready, readjust back into your tabletop. We're going to kick our right leg out into a kickstand. So it's extending straight from your hip. Your right foot can be flat on the floor or the inside of your foot can be on the floor. It's up to you. From here, we're going to do our cat-cows. You're going to feel a deep inner thigh stretch. So we're moving through our hip. When you're ready, inhale to lift. Exhale, still use your pelvis here. Tuck it up and under, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round. A few more breaths like this. Again, letting your breath guide your pace. Deep inner thigh stretch. Using your pelvis as much as possible. Give me one more inhale, one more exhale. Again, you always end on that exhale. Replacing the right knee to the floor when you're done. Roll your wrists out if you need to. When you're ready, extend the left leg out. Again, left leg is straight out past the hip. Left foot is flat on the floor or turning onto the inside of the foot. Inhaling and exhaling here. Exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow. Hips tuck and release with your breath. You're going to start to feel your forearms, your arms, your shoulders, everything start to heat up here. They're moving a lot and stabilizing you a lot. It's perfect. Give me one more inhale, one more exhale. Again, ending on your exhale. Left knee replaces to the floor. Roll your wrists out if you need to. We're going to head into our first down dog. Tuck your toes under, shoot your hips up into the air. Take your time with this one. It's our first one on our practice today. Might be a little stiff or sore in your hamstrings, that's fine. Go ahead, pedal your feet out to left and right. If that feels good, maybe you drop a hip, maybe you have a deep, deep bend in your knees. Whatever you look like is perfect. Get all those wiggles out. And when you're ready, fall into some sort of stillness, whatever that looks like for you. Drawing your heels down towards the floor, pressing the tops of our chest to the tops of our legs. Lifting up from the hips. Fingers, again, are spread nice and wide. They're powerful here. They're doing a lot. Calling your attention back to your breathing. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Great work. 2 deep breaths here. Every exhale, fold just a little further, chest to the tops of the thighs. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly roll our bodies into a tall plank position. You have the option to drop to your knees from this position. It will look like this. Otherwise, stick on your toes. You're going to hold here for just a minute, activating through our core. Little strength. Your arms are going to start to feel this. Mine already do. On your next inhale, shift forward slightly. On the exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Option to drop the knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. Gonna do that flow 2 more times and then get into some good deep stretching through our hips, through our glutes, hamstrings. We got it all. Go ahead, inhale, roll to high plank. Exhale at the top of the plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, high to low, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale to down dog. Your arms are probably screaming at you, and that's great. You're firing up through your arms. Gonna give them a rest here soon. When you're ready, inhale, lift your right foot up towards the ceiling. You're gonna bend through the right leg and let the right foot fall to the left side. So we're opening through this right hip. Strong through your upper body, strong through your left leg. We're here for just a minute more, don't worry. Inhale. Exhale, drive your right foot, step it in between your hands, and let your left knee fall to the floor. In this low runner's lunge, let your hips sink down towards the floor. Let gravity take control. This left toe, or I guess all your toes can be tucked, or the top of your foot can be on the floor. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Now's a great time if you do have blocks and you like to use blocks to go ahead and grab onto those there. Let yourself sink further in. Otherwise, elongate and lengthen through your chest here. Tall spines. Good. You're going to bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot. So it's going to be left hand, and then your right foot, okay? From here, let your right knee fall out to the right side. You're going to come onto that outer right portion of your foot. If you can sink down just a little bit further, go ahead. Otherwise, stay up nice and tall. Deep stretch through your right hip here. Using your breath, again, exhaling and inhaling. Inhaling especially into those tension areas or where you feel that stretch. Guide your breath there. Your next inhale, bring your right knee up, right foot flat onto the floor. Replace your right hand to the outside of the right foot. Gonna go into a hamstring and a hip flexor stretch. So going to, continuing to stretch through our left hip, we're gonna hit our right hamstring as well, the back of the leg. When you're ready, walk your hands back towards your left knee. Your weight comes into the left knee, straighten through this front right leg. It's often super tight for us, and that's okay. We're gonna stretch it on out. You're gonna work through it. So you might have a really deep bend here. Again, that's okay. Trying to keep your spine as long and tall and lifted as you can, pressing your chest through, shoulders back. And let's go ahead and flow through those two positions. So go ahead, lean into your front right leg, left hip flexor stretch. Walk your hands back. Stretch comes into the back of the right leg. Go ahead, back and forth. If this is getting to be too much on your knee, you can go ahead, grab a pillow, grab a towel, grab anything like that. A little extra padding. We're gonna go one more forward, one more back. We're gonna end in that front runner lunge position. It's that first stretch we did. Holding here for just a moment. Tuck your left toes under if they're not there already. Lift your left knee up off the floor, step your right foot back. We're in this high plank once more. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, option to drop to the knees. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhaling to down dog. Hopefully you're feeling your hamstrings start to loosen up a little bit here in this down dog. Should be a little bit of a difference, or maybe you feel a lot of difference from that first down dog we did. And that's great. Let's flow through that flow one more time. Inhaling, rolling to high plank. Exhaling at the top of the plank. Option to drop the knees. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Good work. Your next inhale, left leg lifts up. On the exhale, bend through the left knee. Let it fall to the right side, opening through your left hip. This side's a little tighter for me. It always is. It's totally normal to have one side that's tighter. On your exhale, shoot your left knee forward. Step your left foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Let the right knee fall to the mat and sink into this left hip. Deep stretch through the right side. You might feel this in your left as well. Tall, long spine here. Again, using blocks if you need to. Right toes are tucked or top of the foot is flat on the floor. You can experiment with both. Whatever feels good for you is what I want you to do. Good. We're going to bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. So you can heel toe your left foot out just a little bit if you need to. We're going to sink into our hip even more. Let the left knee fall out to the left side. So again, you're coming up onto that outer edge of your left foot here. Tall spine. Deep left hip stretch here. We exhale, try to sink just a little bit further. Inhaling to breathe into that spot. On your next inhale, bring your left knee back up. Left hand to the outside of the left foot. Sink here once more. We're going to go into that hamstring stretch. So walking your hands back towards your right leg. Weight comes into your right knee. Straightening through your left leg here. Again, you might have a deep bend. Maybe this side's a little tighter. Maybe it's a little bit looser. Regardless, try to straighten up through your spine as best you can. My fingertips are barely on my mat. This side's so tight. Good. Let's go through that flow. So we're going to shift forward and shift backwards. Walk your hands forward. Let the hips sink. Hold for a moment. Walk the hands back. Straighten the left leg. You guys know the drill. Go ahead. Forward and backwards a few times. Again, maybe you start to feel this in your right knee. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable. Go ahead, adjust if you need to. Take a break if you need to. Grab a towel again or a pillow. Go one more backwards and one more forwards. Again, we're going to end in that front runner's lunge position. Sinking into your hip. Tuck your right toes under if they're not there already. Lift the right knee. Step the left foot back. High plank. Tucking your pelvis up and under. Great work so far. We're going to inhale, shift forward. Exhale, high to low plank. Option to drop the knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Any movements that feel good here? Gonna do a little bit of core work and then end with a little bit of stretching. So go ahead and inhale, reach your right foot up. This time we're gonna exhale and bring your right knee to your midline of your chest. So I say knee to nose. Inhale, lift up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, release. That's 3. We have 2 more. Inhale. To exhale to drive. Last one, inhale. Exhale to drive. Good. We're going to inhale it up once more. Drive your right knee right behind your right wrist. We're going into our pigeon pose. So right knee back behind the right wrist. Your right ankle's behind the left wrist. Left leg is extended back. We're going to start up nice and tall. So walk your hands towards your legs. Sit up. Imagine there's a string pulling from the top of your head. Tall spine. Holding for a few moments here. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to lower your body down. Maybe to your hands, maybe to your elbows. Some people can rest their foreheads on the mat. Wherever you're at. We're going to hold this pose for about a minute or so. Just go ahead and get comfortable. And enjoy the stretch. The further your foot and your ankle is away from your hips, so the further they are towards your elbows or your hands, the deeper the stretch. The closer your ankle is to your hip or towards that back left leg, the stretch will become less intense. Using your breath. Maybe it's starting to get a little tough, all this stretching. So maybe you're recalling your mantra, your word, your phrase. Remembering why you're here. Good. If you're on your elbows, go ahead, prop yourself up onto your hands. Again, tuck your left toes under. And we're going to step back into our high plank. It's a common theme here. Inhaling at the top of your plank, exhaling as well. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Good. We're gonna do that same type of flow on the other side. So we're gonna start with that knee to nose drive. So when you're ready, inhale the left leg up. On the exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. We have 5 total. Exhale, knee to nose. That's 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 4. One more. Inhale and exhale. Then we have our bonus inhale to lift and into the pigeon pose. Left knee behind the left wrist. Left ankle behind the right wrist. Again, we're starting tall, so walk your hands back towards your legs. Lift your chest, lift your head. Let gravity take control. Let it do its job. Sink your hips. When you're ready, you can slowly lower yourself down to the floor. Onto your elbows. Again, forehead might rest. Wherever you are is perfect. If you want to reclose your eyes, recenter. You just want to focus on the stretch. Again, we're going to be here for about a minute. Adjusting your foot if you need to, heel toeing it forward or backwards. Propping your hands up. This time, instead of shooting that left leg back, we're just going to fall onto the left hip. So coming into a seated position, you're going to place both of your feet on the floor. I'm sideways on my mat. You can be sideways on your mat as well. Both feet on the floor. Tall spine, as usual. We're going to windshield our knees left to right. So go ahead, drop them to the right first. Your hands can be placed behind you for some support. Left, swing them up through the center over to the right. Or right to the left. Side to side. Maybe you notice a difference in your hip mobility and movement here. Again, it's totally normal. We're working through it. Give me one more each way, to the right and to the left. Back in the center. This time bring your feet close together and bring them as close to your legs as you can, so as close to your glutes as you can. Lengthen, lift in through your spine. So go ahead, grab on to your shins. Maybe you could wrap your whole arm around your knees wherever you are. Lengthen and lift. Feet and the knees stay close together. We're going to drop our chin down towards our chest. You're going to feel a deep, deep stretch down through your spine. So really press your chest or your chin down towards your chest. Tall spine. You're going to take 2 breaths here. On your second exhale, go ahead and round out through your back. So again, you're using your hands here for some support. Just rounding out through your back. I'll give you a side view if you're a little confused. So feel a little tension release through your spine. On your next inhale, lift your chest back up. And let your knees fall to either side. You're in a seated position. I'm going to be in butterfly position. It feels good for me. You can be in a cross-legged position if that feels better. You're going to bring your hands to your shins. Again, if you're cross-legged, same thing. Maybe it's on your knees. We're going to do a seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale and go through our chest here. On the exhale, round out. Inhale. Using your arms for lots of support on your legs. Inhale, shift forward. So release. 2 more like this. Inhale, shift. Really working through your hips and your low back. 1 more each way. Good. If you are sideways on your mat, go ahead and flip your body. We're going to lay all the way down. So legs come to the floor. I don't want you to just plop down to the floor. Use your core inch by inch. Go ahead, lower yourself down. Stronger than you think. All the way down. We're coming into our final resting position here, into our corpse pose for the final moments of class. So go ahead, get any wiggles out. Maybe we didn't do a pose and it's one of your favorite poses and you want to do it. Now's the time to do that. Otherwise, we're resting in our corpse pose. Releasing control of your muscles. I'm going to turn down our music. Just let it be silent for these final few moments. Closing your eyes, softening through your forehead, unclenching your jaw, releasing tension in your shoulders, your chest, all the way down your arms, into your fingertips. Everything is soft. In your abdomen, your lower back, your hips and your pelvis, everything's releasing, submitting to this relaxation. Finally, through your legs, through your thighs, through your knees, your calves, ankles, all the way to your toes. Letting either of your feet fall to either side of your mat. Completely calm. Recognizing how slow your breathing is. And harvesting this feeling of calmness and relaxation. And taking it with you throughout your day. Banking it up almost. Enjoying the calmness, the serenity, the peace. It's not often we get to take time like this for ourselves. Go ahead and take 5 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose. Again, letting your belly rise up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, open mouth, let it all out until you can't exhale anymore. Deep breaths, 4 more, your pace. And when you're finished with your 5 breaths, go ahead. Begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, waking your body up once more. And roll over onto one side. Everything is slow and controlled here. There's no rush. Final moments of our class. When you're ready, using this top hand to lift your body up into a seated position that's comfortable for you. You're going to take a couple final breaths together, realigning through your spine last time for class. Roll your shoulders down and back. Go ahead, inhale, lift up your arms. Look up if that feels good. Exhale to release. Inhale, thank your body, thank your mind for everything they've just done. Exhale to release. One more deep, deep breath. Inhale. On the exhale option to bring your hands to heart center, namaste. Thank you for joining our yoga class today. Your hamstrings and your hips should feel great. Tomorrow's class is butts and guts, same time, 12:15. Otherwise, thank you for joining today, you guys.